Hotep. This is part two of the extraterrestrial science. I have a guest with me, Miss L. You know, the first segment of this is when we talk about the reptilians. You know, and later on I'll be going into with Miss L aspects of the Pleiadians and the Greys. Just cover some of the main and basic groups that are discussed mostly, and hopefully give you some insight. So back to this reptilian science that we were building on. Now, how do you feel that this applies to the original people, aside from the Kundalini? Let's go into like the genetics and the DNA and the otherworldly origins, you know, because a lot of people have the misconception that they originated here, you know. Those who are more conscious are aware, you know, and a lot of us go outside and we observe the stars and have a strong resignation with the cosmos and wishing we were there, you know, like we're not at home, you know. So this here is a natural genetic resignation with other places, you know. So you know, El, if you could just go back into that and elaborate some more on the reptilians and how it coincides with us, and you know, in your extensive knowledge, just drop a little bit more science on that.
Okay. Well, Earth's history is a very tantalizing subject in
You might
different
speak up
ways.
just a little bit.
Okay, sorry about that. Earth's history is a very tantalizing subject, very fun subject to get into, and it's a very long subject to go into and talk about. But in correlation with the reptilian and the original peoples, pointing as heavily melanated people, you know, obviously brown or darker better, but you know, don't get that confused with people who happen to have lighter hues and being just as evolved and just as grounded and just as connected. So this isn't a racism thing, but the connection is with heavily melanated people. And so the connection to the reptilian was basically consists of the fact that people of color or heavily melanated people are a cosmic race. We didn't just originate here. A lot of us come from different places. A lot of people identify with Sirius, the Sirius star system, and areas around there. And so, I mean, it's really up to the individual to do some deep searching within self to really unravel and break that down. But I can assure you that we are a cosmic race. And we are in many different places, and so is the reptilian. The reptilian it comes in various different forms. I mean, not all of them have alligator skin. Not all of them have scaly skin. Some of them have very different hues and skin types. So when you think of reptilian or any type of race that we see, don't be tunnel viewed with it. It's not black and white. Being that they've been made into these monsters, you always have in your mind that you're thinking of some scaly being with wings or some lizard or something like that, but it's much bigger than that. So free yourself of those misconceptions. Stop listening to the New Agers, because a lot of them are teaching racism. The subtext is racism and superiority, racial superiority.
Right, which is that's where the racism and the hatred burns on the planet Earth. This goes beyond a triangular trade or anything. This goes to the dawn of human history, so to speak, you know, and beyond this world. This whole concept of division, you know, and difference, it's been going on forever.
And when I speak of highly melanated people, I'm speaking of the chemicals, the organic matter, and basically the star dust that make up the people organically that surround their star. Now, if you're born here on Earth, you are you're an Earthling in the solar system, but your soul could have originated somewhere else. So I don't want people to think that I'm speaking of racism when I say highly melanated people. I'm talking about a people who are more receptive to a certain vibration based on the organic makeup of their star and their system,
right,
and the connection to other beings that have the same material makeup.
Right.
So this isn't superiority or racism or anything like that. I just want to make that very, very clear.
Right. And for the those who resonate with Kemet, you have a natural resignation genetically with Kemet, and you remember or have visions of past lives of being there. You know, Kemet was founded by Syrians, and the Syrians, believe it or not, are reptilian based. And that's what I'm saying. They put a lot of propaganda on the reptilians, and it's incorrect. And they've reversed it. Like they're showing these clips of white people that transform and stuff, and what I mean, and say, oh, they're reptilian. So what by doing that, it's like it's a double-edged thing. It's like reverse racism. They're making it look like that because they do evil things, what I mean, or things that go against the natural vibrational frequency. They astute that reptilian aspect to that evil which they provoke. So see what I'm saying? It's so intricate, the psychology of the psyops, what I mean? But once you weave your way through it and the third eye shines bright, what I mean? And that pineal is wide open, you'll see through that.
And the real crime is intentful miseducation, with the intent to miseducate. We have a lot of different people here. Not all black people have the same genotype.
Right,
white
right.
people have the same genotype, and
Right.
that's what I'm saying. It's such a bigger picture. There's a lot of different bloodlines and both off-world and interplanetary bloodlines that are mixed in. So it's not a black or white issue. It's a very vast, very intricate, very interesting, subject that we have at hand. But, again, going back to the reptilian, I consider the reptilian race to be a mother race. I really do. Because the mammalian race, in comparison, I mean, there's no black or white here. They're two different distinctive races. Both races carry vehicles that have vehicles that carry the anthropomorphite form, which means 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. So, and that form is kind of a general form, throughout the cosmos. And as you're listening to this, you might ask me, well, how do I know? Well, I've had personal experience. I was a part of a group abduction scenario that took place. That took place years ago at McGill Air Force Base. It was on those grounds, and there were other children. It was a group abduction of children. And there have been many other interesting things that have occurred in my life outside of those experiences.
Right.
That have given me confirmation.
Right, and not to cut you off, but I want to reiterate on this because, it seems to me that the extraterrestrial thing, it seems to be taboo in the conscious community, as I said before, but this is showing you that we're speaking to a melanated original woman here, and she has had these experiences. You know what I mean? So it's not something taboo, and I'm sure that a lot of you, as you raise your frequency, are coming into contact with certain things, and hopefully this can fill in some voids there for you as far as your answers.
Oh yeah, I've heard things that like, why is it always white people this stuff is happening to? It's not just white people, honey. There's plenty of people of color, but a lot of people have that terrible overshadowing of programming and religion that tells them that, oh, it's the devil or it's something else. This is happening to everybody. A lot of people are in contact with their parent races. Some people are walk-ins, and some people are starseeds. And again, like, this subject becomes so, it gets so bigger than the original topic. You know what I mean? There's so many different avenues to it. And I don't mean to stray from your question, but I hope I answered it. If I didn't,
oh yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, Brother, still also want to say, and what we're getting at here is that, if you have a resonation with the stars, you're not from here. You know what I mean? Your physical body may be made up of Tiamat, of Mother Earth, but your true self, who you truly are and what you truly are, is not from here. This man has not been here. We ain't no replication of some ape mixed with Anunnaki genes. There have been ages upon ages of beings here before that. You know what I mean? And this is the knowledge that's been lost in time. But, I'm gonna get on to the next part. Peace.